What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I've got a video for you. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. This is what I'm going to call 5 scents in 10 minutes, or 5 great scents in 10 minutes. And I'm basically going to take 5 fragrances from a list, and this list is basically different bottles that I want to review but just don't see myself making a full-length review on. Partially because not really what my channel's about. I kind of like to keep my channel, I like to keep my reviews focused on more obscure, more under-the-radar fragrances. And I don't want people to think that that's all I'm into. There are some very mainstream, very talked about fragrances that I'm really into. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm taking things that have already been discussed plenty, or have kind of become passé, were very big a couple years ago, and people have just kind of forgotten about. So maybe I can rekindle some lost love here. So basically, I'm going to take 10 minutes, I'm going to discuss these 5 fragrances, no specific order. The first one isn't any better than the last. There's no seasons, you know, that are connecting these together. They're just completely random. So let's get into it. I got 10 minutes. I'm going to start counting down. So my first one, this is one of the first bottles I owned in my collection. This is Diamonds from Armani for men. And back about 2.5 or 3 years ago when I first started collecting, this was one of my first bottles and I loved it. I just absolutely went crazy for it. And I still enjoy wearing it. You can see I put quite a dent in it in 2 years, 2.5, whatever. Basically since it was released, I've owned it. And I've gotten a lot of compliments from this. I wore this to class back in 2009 or 2008, and I virtually had a stampede. My grade 9 girls went absolutely mental for this. They loved it. And at the end of the school year, I was actually doing a critique. I was asking the students to tell me what they enjoyed and what they didn't enjoy from the year. It was my first year at a new school, and I had numerous groups of girls tell me that they loved my perfume, and that's what it was. It's a really nice fragrance, very sweet, woody, peppery, spicy. It's got cacao, pepper, Gaiac wood in it, really nice. A lot of people complain about projection and longevity, but personally to me, it's not actually that big of a problem. I get a good 6 or 7 hours out of it, and I get pretty good projection as well. Enough to fill a classroom, obviously. So Armani Diamonds for Men, really great fragrance. Probably the only thing I think that's worth owning from the Armani house. I don't mind Acqua di Gio, but I definitely prefer that. Next one, this is another kind of nostalgic fragrance. This brings back a lot of memories. Escada Magnetism for Men. And I have mentioned this in a few videos a few times, but I just really enjoy it that much. It's a really loud, very strong, sweet, balmy, spicy, woody fragrance. I really, really enjoy this. It's my only problem is that sometimes it can just be a bit too overpowering. When I first bought my first bottle, that's I think my 3rd bottle I've owned of this. When I bought my first bottle, or I was given my first bottle, I should say, it was so strong I actually used to sneeze when I wore it, and I loved it, but it was so strong wearing it to work in the heat that I would actually have sneezing fits. And I, you know, that don't make it sound like that means it's terrible. It's not at all. I really enjoy it, but it's really, really strong. If you're looking for really great, strong, sweet winter fragrance, Magnetism for Men is definitely the way to go. Next one, this one, another one. This is a modern fragrance, very recently launched, Bleu de Chanel, but it already has a special place in my heart again. This one was my wedding day scent when I got married. So obviously I'm going to remember it for that. But other than that, I do really enjoy it. This took a lot of heat. A lot of people really came down hard on this, just saying it's not worthy of the Chanel name, that it's boring, it's generic. People even calling this a cool water clone. I do not know where they get that from. Other than the blue bottle and obviously the name Bleu, this doesn't really have anything to do with aquatics or the color blue in perfume. I find this to be kind of a soapy, smoky fragrance, which is really interesting. It's got ginger, it's got grapefruit, incense, and it does give me a very soapy feeling. I really enjoy this a lot, and I love wearing it. Very versatile. I can see this being worn in the summer, in the winter, in the office, going out for dinner. I really enjoy this a lot. I definitely will have Bleu de Chanel in my collection for a really long time. Is it worthy of the Chanel name? I think so. Is it the same quality as classic Chanel? Perhaps not, but we can't live in the past. Chanel's not going to be what it used to be. Next one. This is a summer fragrance, sorry. And I really like this for a long time. And Marc put this in his top 20 summer fragrances last year and got a bit of attention. It got kind of popular, and then a couple months later, everyone kind of forgot about it. And I was really excited to see him put it in there because I was really surprised by it. It's Marc Jacobs for men. And, after Marc put something in his #1 position, it usually gets a lot of attention. People talk about it, and it kind of, continues to go on and on and on in kind of folklore and legend for ages. But it seemed to be almost forgotten about instantly, unfortunately. And it's a shame because, first of all, it's really a nice fragrance, and second of all, Marc has damn good taste, obviously, so I thought this would have taken off a bit more than it did, but it didn't. I think the kind of green fig feeling to this, a lot of people call this coconut, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not a coconut fragrance. It's fig. But it's a very green fig. It's not like the really overripe fig that you would get from Figuer by James Healy. It's a much greener, earthier, kind of raw fig feeling, but as well it's got this really nice buttery quality that I really enjoy. The only negative part to me is the projection and longevity. It certainly is not as good as I would like, but for something that is as summery and as soft and as smooth as this, I actually don't mind. It's a 125 ml bottle, so you can very easily carry a decant around of it. Really nice fragrance. You can find this for like $25, $30 in bargain bins nowadays. If you're looking for something, green, kind of figgy, coconutty, check that out. And the last one. This one is another legend, and I would honestly say this is probably about my 6th or 7th bottle of this. Seriously, 100 ml bottles, I've gone through that many. Bulgari Pour Homme Extreme. This is basically a staple for any male in Indonesia. If you're a male under the age of 40 in Indonesia, you've probably owned at least one bottle of this, probably numerous bottles. Bulgari's weird because it's very easy to find here, and it's very cheap compared to a lot of places in the world. You can find Bulgari fragrances, tester without a cap, for like $25 or less. Bulgari's a house that I'm real hit and miss with, but absolutely 100% without a doubt, this is my favorite fragrance from Bulgari. The other Pour Hommes, Pour Homme the original and Pour Homme Soir are nice, but this one is just miles better. I get a really strange tomato leaf feeling from this, and I have read other people say the same, so it's not just my nose. And it's a very earthy, green, musky fragrance. I really enjoy this a lot. Frunkinator, he really enjoys this as well, and he compared this to, I believe it's called Silver Musk by Nasomato. It's either silver or silver musk, and apparently they smell quite similar. I haven't tried the Nasomato, but this is very nice, very high quality. It lasts, and the projection isn't half bad either. A lot of people, when they think of Bulgari, they definitely think of Bulgari Black, they think of Bulgari Aqua. This one doesn't get too much attention, but it's really worth checking out. Unfortunately, I don't think Bulgari is as accessible in many parts of the world, as strangely as it is here, unfortunately. Definitely worth checking that out. So there you go. I fell a few seconds short of 10 minutes, but I'm not going to drone on any longer than I have to. 5 great scents in 10 minutes. Yeah, let me know what you think of this segment. I'm planning on doing a niche version. I'm just kind of, looking through what I want to feature. I will do another designer 5 and 10 again as well. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my 5 great fragrances, and I'll see you again soon.